Like many studies, we found a safety in numbers effect, which is that the more cyclists there were on a road segment, the safer each individual cyclist was. So this is separate from infrastructure effects that we looked at, although of course it's worth mentioning that there could be factors we're not measuring related to infrastructure, or there could be factors that we're not measuring accurately enough, like for instance the fact that our grading of cycle infrastructure quality is limited, or the fact that we don't know whether there were actually parked cars present at the location at that time. But assuming that safety in numbers is additional to infrastructure benefits, as some other studies suggest, there might be different explanations for this. So some people think it's due to wider cultural changes. So if you've got more cyclists in an area, in a city, even in a country, then you may have more drivers that cycle, you may have more drivers who know someone who cycles, and that may change their behaviour, change their attitude to people cycling. Or maybe the salience is even more local than that. So perhaps drivers get used to interacting with cyclists on a particular route, and they get used to looking out for cyclists on that route. Or more pessimistically, it could just be that more cyclists on a route means that if a driver makes a mistake and hits someone, there's more chance that the cyclist that they hit isn't you.
So how can we get many more people cycling to benefit from those safety in numbers effects?
I've been involved in the evaluation of the Cycling Cities and Towns programme. This involved investing a large amount of money in boosting cycling levels in 8 cities across England. And what we found was the schemes that had really large effects were those that did really high quality infrastructure, so fully segregated, protected cycle lanes, or even lanes completely away from traffic, like on a towpath. Those ones saw a huge increase in cycling. By contrast, where people did less ambitious things, for example, only painted cycle lanes, we saw much less effect. So one of the lessons we took from that was if you want to achieve big cycling, you need to build high quality things. And actually doing that is more effective, because then you can build it once and build it right, rather than having to go back a few years later to improve it.